My name is Kyan and I'm 9 years old.
And I have Alopecia Areata.
My name is Michaela. I am 14 years old and I have Atopic Dermatitis. I discovered I had AD when I was 5 years old. I felt itchy and I had red spots on my skin. I thought the spots would go away, but it didn't. It can be quite uncomfortable and it can get so inflamed that it leaks. My eczema flares when there's a change in the weather or it is humid. It also flares when I'm stressed. And I feel quite frustrated at myself because I'm not supposed to, but I can't help it. So as you can see, I have scars everywhere.
You ready? Okay. Oh yeah, Papa's here. If you want to hold my hand, you can. Well, the first time we noticed it was a patch in the back of his head, like around here. Then we also noticed there was a bald patch right here. And at first I actually asked Kyan, hey, did your titis cut your hair accidentally? But then when I inspected it, it was a shiny spot. So that's when you kind of knew like, oh wait, the follicles are not there. So it was pretty clear it was something medical.
Because not that much people in my school has no hair. Also, the older levels would tease me.
At some point you were upset with the term botak, right? And how did that make you feel?
I felt a lot of emotions.
A lot of emotions?
Yeah.
Negative emotions, right?
Yeah.
We tried to make sure we engaged with the school so that they could provide a bit of a support system around him as well. The way his teachers knew if he was confident or not was whether he was wearing the hat. So when he was wearing the hat, they knew he was not confident. When he wasn't wearing the hat, then yeah, that was fine.
Before the diagnosis, I liked to be outdoors and play sports. After the diagnosis, going outdoors is now more of a problem. I see my peers playing and it makes me feel left out. There are so many other people in my school who do not have my same condition, so why is it that I am the only one who, There was once a girl, she did not want to sit next to me because she was afraid that my eczema was contagious, and she asked the teacher to change seat with someone else. It made me feel more self-conscious and insecure because I wondered if that was what everybody else thought.
What am I most looking forward to?
I know.
I know.
Okay, Kyan first.
Going to America.
I know, Ray. Go-kart and Legoland.
Go-kart and Legoland.
Yes!
My turn.
My wife and I, we do whatever we can to normalize the condition for Kyan.
Who is this for? Han or Mommy?
Mommy.
We would talk with him around the topic. We would explain it with him there so that it became a conversation out in the open for us to have. I think over time, Kyan has developed a better understanding of what alopecia is and to also be mentally prepared that most probably it will come back at some point, but we'll deal with it when it does come back, right? Yes?
Yes.
Together?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. Well, out of solidarity, his brothers and I, we decided to shave our heads. So now all of us are rocking a short haircut, right?
Yeah.
Now we all look alike. And everyone, when we walk around, people are like, are those triplets? I'm like, yes.
Actually, my busmate that knew me, know my name. Then the mother asked, who is that guy? And then she said, the no hair guy. And then I said, Excuse me, you should know my name by now.
Yeah, I think he's always had a bubbly character, so he's taken it pretty much in his stride, which is all we can ask for. Go camping, yes, and see the bison and see the...
My biggest support system was my mother. She is the one who always brings me to my appointments, and she makes me aware that there are people who accept me for who I am and encourage me to just keep going, because some people just, maybe they don't get it yet.
I like going to the doctors because after the appointment, I can go have burgers, fries, and my smoothie that I like.
So it became a weekly date, right? It was a weekly date with Kyan and Mama and Papa. And this experience has brought us closer as a family, for sure. Right, Kyan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a founder of a startup, so it's easy to get caught up in work and travel and all that. And so it gave a bit more perspective and gave a bit of reminder to slow down and to be present for Kyan and help him through a difficult episode. And it's also not easy for my wife to have to deal with the kids and a medical condition while her spouse is on the road. But I think all of us have adjusted well enough to the condition. And yeah, just keep improving.
So, your friends, maybe they'll be watching this video when it's out. What would you like them to know?
That it's okay if you have alopecia. It's just a condition that makes my hair drop off. Nothing to be afraid of.
As someone with AD, I would like viewers to know that AD is not degrading and it is not contagious. So even with AD, I can still do most of the things that other people do. With the knowledge of how and when to apply my moisturizer and the new medicine that I have been taking, my symptoms have improved a lot. I can also play sports more often without needing to worry whether I'm overstressing myself. I've heard that there are people who AD improves over time, and I wish that for myself.
So AA also stands for Alopecia Areata. It's actually a hair loss condition which is autoimmune in nature. The cause for AA is actually unknown. Unlike other autoimmune conditions where women can get it more, AA seems to affect men and women equally, and it affects people of all ages too. So far, we know there's a huge genetic predisposition, so if you have a family history of AA, you're most likely to have it as well. The treatment for AA, of course, depends on how severe the condition is. Some of the treatments involve injections right into the scalp. For younger children who cannot tolerate injections, sometimes we can give them medications that can be applied on the scalp. If that doesn't work, we can also use what we call immunotherapy, where they actually have to come to the center to apply medication. Any patient who have lost their hair can have a lot of struggles in society. And younger patients, they do report that sometimes they feel embarrassed going to school. I've also heard of people who have lost their jobs because they have hair loss, and people do not understand that.
Just like AA, atopic dermatitis is also driven by the dysfunction in the immune system. It's not a contagious disease. However, it can run in families because of the genetic predispositions. So atopic dermatitis has now been shown to not just be a skin problem, it can be associated with psychosocial impairment. Majority of patients, what really affects them is the itch. This itching leads to poor quality of life, poor sleep, poor concentration in school. This scratching can also lead to repeated infections on the skin, leading to flares of the eczema. The good thing is that 80% of patients with AD can be treated and do respond very well to topical treatments, such as frequent application of moisturizers. 10 to 20% of patients, they may not respond so well to topicals, and they may need systemic treatments, and these will include phototherapy. We now have biologics, which are injection medications that help to bring down the immune system as well. Even more recently, we have the JAK inhibitors, and these are oral medications, and these have also been shown to have very good safety profile as well as efficacy in the treatment of more severe atopic dermatitis. So be it alopecia areata or atopic dermatitis, it's important that patients seek help early because that will prevent progression to more severe disease, definitely improve quality of life and prevent worsening of psychosocial issues.